Hey everybody, we are hitting up the movie theater to see Fantastic Four in IMAX. That's right, we're going to see it on the big screen. I'm wearing myself an appropriate t-shirt here of Magic Kingdom's Tomorrowland. The aesthetic of this film matches Tomorrowland over at Disney World, so I thought it would be a good fit to wear this shirt. Here's some posters from the film, but we're seeing it in IMAX, and here's the IMAX poster with our characters doing their thing. We got speaking of thing, there's Ben Grimm. We got ourselves the Human Torch, the Invisible Woman with Galactus behind her, and Mr. Fantastic. Oh, Avatar. We're supposed to get the trailer for that. But let's head in and watch the film. All right, everybody, back home from Fantastic Four, and you got to say it right. It was pretty fantastic. Fantastical. And I got to get that out of my way. Also, I think I mentioned this earlier in the intro, but Marvel is owned by Disney now. So I wore this Magic Kingdom shirt of Tomorrowland. And what was cool, so, this sort of has the aesthetic vibe going on in the Fantastic Four movie. But what was also cool, we saw a trailer for the new Tron movie, and this is for the newish Tron ride that's in Tomorrowland at Disney World. So I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, I'm wearing a Tron shirt. Very cool. Also, we saw the Avatar trailer ahead of time. I was worried we weren't going to see it because it had all the same trailers that I saw during Superman. So I was like, oh, crap, this is just those again. But then it showed the Tron one. I was like, well, I didn't see Tron last time, so maybe Avatar is going to be here. And then Tron ended, and then it just all the lights went down, pitch black. And I was like, oh, I guess we're not going to get Avatar. And then the Avatar trailer happened. It was at the beginning of the movie. It was very cool. And then it was almost like Roger Rabbit at the beginning of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids or Blew Up the Kid, whichever one it was. And that was IMAX. The whole thing took up the whole screen. It was beautiful. It was wonderful, and excited for it. I think the problem though with those movies, even though this one is like Ash and Volcano, it all still, I think we need more distinct differences from movie to movie. The water still kind of felt like the first movie, and I feel like this is still gonna feel like the first movie. I mean, I like all the Avatar movies, but I do think they need to, I don't know, change things up or something. Anyway, okay. So then, I'm watching this at IMAX, and then how it always does the 10-to-1 countdown before the movie starts. It did it, but it did it Fantastic Four themed, and it was very cool. And I think I'm going to get into maybe some spoilers here. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, let's just go ahead and say yes. So, movies happening, and what was cool about this, it felt like Superman in that we are just dropped in. We're just dropped into this world, and this is Earth number, I can't remember, but spoiler, it is Jack Kirby's birthday. So Jack Kirby's birthday is what Earth number this is, which I think is a very cool nod, and you have to wait till the very end of the movie to figure that out, unless I guess you know his birthday by heart. So yeah, we're just dropped into the middle of this. Fantastic Four already existed. They did have some sort of flashbacks to tell you how they got their powers, but they don't show you them getting their powers. So it's very much like Superman, where you're just dropped into this world. This has all been going on. This has all been going on. We're in it. We're in it. This is not an origin story. We are in it, which was very cool and maybe refreshing. Maybe that's the new way to go. Because it was awesome, and you're still able to learn about everybody, yeah, I think Pedro Pascal, he was such a great read. I love the way he handled his worry. He's a leader. He shows his leadership qualities, but he's very worrisome and thinking through everything, and almost too smart for social interactions to go smoothly, especially with his wife, Sue. And I guess she's Sue Richards at this time, so we never see her as Sue Storm, I don't think. Is that right? Or maybe she goes by her maiden name. Or when she turned, maybe I'm trying to think, because we do see them getting ready for the flight where they get blasted with the, cosmic whatever. And I think maybe she was Storm at that time. So maybe they got their powers, then got married, and then, yeah. So she's having a kid in this one. Mole Man is in this. Also, that first Fantastic Four comic with the thing that's coming out of the ground is in here. And this is all just kind of shown through like archival footage, which was really cool. Silver Surfer. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't know. I'm going to act like you've seen it maybe. How about we do that so I'm not just talking about the plot. Let's get into a major spoiler. Major spoiler. At the end, when Sue dies, I feel like Johnny wasn't given enough to do, because that's his sister. And he's just like, they just kind of had him sitting there like, oh, this is someone that I kind of know. I feel real bad for you, Reed. And it's like, no, this is your sister. You need to be in complete agony, emotional pain, traumatized by what you are witnessing here. Your sister is dead on the ground. I was like blown away at how casual he was handling that. I feel like I have a couple problems with the movie. That's one of them, that they didn't tell whoever that actor is from Stranger Things to like, hey, I mean, I think they were trying to give it all to Reed, but it's they're a whole family, and you need to showcase Johnny's sadness there, and I don't think they did that. And I think they probably did. I think they did that on purpose, but I did not like that. They're trying to zero in on Reed and Sue as he's holding her and sad and agonizing over her death. But gosh, okay. And then the other part that I didn't like. So we saw this in the trailer where Johnny was holding Ben, the thing, being like, say it. And then they don't show you say it, and don't show him saying it in the trailer. It's clobbering time, right? But in the movie, he does yell it. And he's there battling Galactus, and it's almost like he's going to do like a shoot, he's being thrown at Galactus, right? And Galactus has Reed in this moment, so he's like overstretching Reed, and so Reed's in need of help here. And basically he yells it's clobbering time, and when he does that, you're anticipating this most amazing, awesome move, or just like he's gonna like just really make some major damage on Galactus. That's what you're expecting to happen. And it doesn't. It's just kind of like a ping, but not in a comedy way, because I guess maybe you could have done that also, where it's just like ping, and then it's like, oh, thing isn't strong enough even for Galactus, right? But they didn't do that, and it wasn't like some awesome thing where we're just like, oh yeah, thing is throwing down, he is like destroying Galactus right now, this is awesome, putting major damage on him. That doesn't happen. It's just like mild, and then Reed is safe, and it's like, well, that was a letdown. I felt like we were cheated out of a major like little battle within this larger war that's happening between the family and Galactus. Silver Surfer was awesome. I thought she was very good, handled really well. She did look good too, like the silver, the pewter almost. That was all a very good look. Galactus was awesome. He looked good. And I realized, well, my wife looked it up because we were like, who is that? Who is that? We know that voice. And then when we looked it up, it was, I can't remember his name, but the dad from The Witch. So it was him. And then it's like, of course, and it even looks like him too. So yeah. There's a robot in it, and he's funny, but not like overly silly. Like you're not laughing. I feel like I got mustache in my mouth. Just a second. Sorry, that was probably really gross. Okay. Is it still there? Got it. Okay. Okay. What was I just talking about? Silver Surfer, Galactus, all that was cool. A lot of great effects. Actually, I feel like there are some bad effects also with the baby. Reed and Sue have a baby, and I think they're like, what is that called? Like deep faking the baby's face or something so that it's always happy. And some of the movements looked fake, but even though the baby sometimes looked a little uncanny valley, weird, unnatural, still better than the baby in American Sniper, which that one completely ruined that movie because there is a obviously not even a sense of realism. It's aiming for realism, right? I was trying to not do like a type of like pun there, you know, like aiming, shooting, American Sniper. But that movie, you know, is more realist, where Fantastic Four is fantastical. So that baby in American Sniper just was not good. But here, the baby in this movie, not perfect, but it didn't matter because this whole movie is, you know, it's fantasy. Sci-fi fantasy. And that was cool too, because there, you know, we were like in space and stuff, and you know, that all that was awesome. Looked cool in the IMAX. Did something fall? What the heck was that? What else? I feel like there was more I was gonna say. Stay after the credits. There's like 2 end credit things that happen. I also, this kind of had me leaving sort of the same way I felt with Superman, where like their world, the world that they live in, is just really pleasant and nice and good people. And I was like, oh man, this is, you know, like hopeful sort of stuff. And I like that. So that was cool. And I'm only comparing it to Superman just because I saw Superman like 2 times, a week and a half ago or whenever it came out. But yeah, this was awesome. I love the style. That retro futurism is just beautiful and gorgeous. And it felt awesome because it had its own visual style all throughout and never left it. You know, so it had like, you know, like where Black Panther, when we're in Wakanda, you have this completely different visual style, and that's awesome. It makes the movie feel like it has its own identity, this own director's stamp on it. That's how this movie felt also. Like it felt like a individual film. It didn't feel like it was part of the larger MCU. It felt like its own movie, which was very cool. And the score as well. Who did it? Michael, I can never remember how to pronounce his last name, but you know, he did Lost and stuff. And the score was just so good also. I really liked that. That also gave it this thing that made it like stamped it in a way that was like original, unique, certified. That was very cool. So I like that it felt like something fully different and not like another product from Marvel. Right? Yeah, and even the opening when it said Marvel, all that was different. The way that the characters were introduced was so good. I liked I don't know, I thought it was pretty good. I don't know how many more times I'm gonna watch it or whatever, but I am kind of excited to move forward, see where things go, restart this whole MCU thing, because the X-Men are going to be introduced soon, and the X-Men are my favorite Marvel characters. I have an entire shelving unit over here dedicated to Hank McCoy Beast, who's already been introduced into the MCU. So yeah, things are looking good if this is the beginning of that reboot, which it seems like it is. It seems like it is that first steps towards the new MCU. And actually probably Thunderbolts is, but I didn't see that movie. So yeah, I thought it was good. I want to know your thoughts. What did you think? That baby did look pretty bad, but it was okay. Oh, and actually they did trick me, because they're like, okay, here's how we're going to solve the problem. Galactus is here to eat our planet, and what we can do is teleport the Earth somewhere else. And I'm like, oh, spoilers, oh my goodness, they are going to teleport the Earth into another MCU universe. So I was thinking they were going to teleport the Earth into, the MCU universe that we've been following since whenever Iron Man came out, right? And I was like, that's how this is going to happen. That's how they're going to join these universes. And they probably still will down the road. But I thought it was going to happen in here. And that's how they were going to escape, the Devourer of Earths, Galactus. And then it doesn't happen that way. And, I sort of believe that was what they were going to do. Because I was like, all right, they're going to, multiverse. They're going to multiverse out of here to another one. And I thought, but maybe they would have some troubles or whatever. They'll have some troubles doing it, but they'll get to that point at the very end because it was, happening a little bit early. But that's not what happened. And they did trick me. I mean, maybe I just gave myself up to the movie. Maybe it was obvious to everyone else, but they did trick me because I thought that was going to work. But I thought there were going to be struggles to get that to happen, but I thought it was going to happen, and then it didn't happen. That's not how they resolved the problem of Galactus wanting Franklin Richards. Who is Franklin Richards? Because doesn't he grow up to be somebody? And also I know in the comic that, again, spoilers here for the comics, that Franklin is not actually Reed's son. I can't remember who the dad actually is in the comics, and I think that is sick, and I don't like that at all. That's very cruel to him, and I hope this movie never makes it seem like this universe ever implies, I don't even want them implying that Franklin is not Reed's son. I don't want that. That will make me sick and just go the way of I'm trying to think. Why can't I think of his name? It'll make me go the way of the audience of Walking Dead when Glenn died. See ya. Done. And I've already jumped ship on the MCU. I already jumped ship. This is their opportunity to bring me back. And so far they have, because I like this. But if they make Franklin not Reed's son, I'm out. Just cruel. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like it. Personal thing, personal preference or something. But I just don't think that'll be cool. It just sounded mean when I read that. I was like, I don't like that idea. That just seems mean. Maybe it works really well in the comic, actually. I don't know. But I just feel like for family films where it's whimsy and sweet and, kind and all that stuff, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. So anyway, what did you think of the movie? I thought it was great. So I want to hear your thoughts. Did it make you think of Tomorrowland at Disney World or Disneyland? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think they're going to transform Tomorrowland into Fantastic Four Land? Think they do that? Tomorrowland's in need of an update. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.